You can't get that comfortable in that dress.
I can't.
You can't. You can't.
I can't. It's impossible.
All right, you guys.
All right.
GVP is in the house.
How are you?
Am I the only one? Like, do people call you GVP?
People do.
Okay.
People have been calling me that since like middle school.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like the
It's like
press
my
hasn't
nickname.
leaned into it.
No, they haven't.
I'm like, media, get on it.
It's everyone on in my family too, because they're all VP. So it's whatever. First
everyone's
letter.
a VP.
My sister's AVP.
Oh, GVP
TVP.
might be the
GVP.
vibiest.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, but
I hope it.
now that I'm thinking of like just headlines wise, like media hasn't leaned in.
No, I've never been. You were the first person.
Yeah, I
to
was
say that.
GVPing at the fuck. I wouldn't
the
shut the
first one.
fuck up.
The pioneer.
I
of
was
GVP.
so. That's why I'm so excited you're on.
Me
So
too.
excited you're on because when I get obsessed with a show, it's just not normal.
Can't shake it. Huh?
Can't shake it.
Hmm.
Season 1 came out of Tell Me Lies, obviously, you guys, in 2022.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Tell me about getting that role. Tell me about reading the script for Lucy. Did you feel like you were a Lucy?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope I wasn't like
a crazy
that's-
fucking bitch.
That's me.
Yeah.
This is me. I only got the pilot and I was obsessed with it. I was like, it was my dream. I had always wanted to do something that involved a toxic, fucked up romance because those were my favorite movies growing up. I loved Blue Valentine and Urban Cowboy and everything that was
Blue
just.
Valentine is good, you guys, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
It's so good. And just sexy love, fighting, emotional passion. I just love those movies. And so I thought this was such a cool story to tell set in college because I haven't seen that before. I mean, you see it in like rom-coms where they'll be mean to each other, but this is dark.
Yeah.
And it's these young people having real feelings and paying attention to them. And I thought that was really different and unique.
You know what's so crazy? I was telling her on the way here that like even if obviously Steven and Lucy are fucking crazy and it's an extreme, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still can like see yourself. Even if you've had a little toxiness, like, you know, when she in season 1, she doesn't go to India.
Yeah.
To me, that stung. And I don't remember what exactly I gave up in life for like somebody that was, you know, a dude. But I know that I did.
It's so
you know,
true.
like everybody has done something where they like want to make sure they're around because he's around. So they cancel shit and they end up not even seeing him and they stayed home. Like, I just know that every girl has experienced that feeling.
100%.
And when you just say like, yeah, I canceled India. And then when he fucking bites you back with it and he knows, just waiting for me to fuck you.
And I know.
So disgusting.
It's so painful. It's so tragic.
Yeah.
Watching Lucy go through that and thinking she's subtle about it.
Yeah.
Thinking she's like, no, I just don't want to go.
Yeah. I want to say,
But then she's like, but we're going to see each other. We're going to see each other. Right.
Yeah.
And then it's just so obvious.
But the thing is, like, she's not pathetic. You know, you're not looking at Lucy.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think she's pathetic. I think she's in love.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She's just lost herself, I think.
But what's so wild to me is like, and also reminds you so much of like those college years and everything, is like, on one hand, she's so in love. On the other hand, she's in such a flaky relationship that the dude could literally break up with her without her even knowing. Like, on one hand, you're in love. You're in this like Romeo and Juliet shit, like murder, suicide. But then in a minute, he could just dump you at a party and walk out with a different girl. And it's like you're shot, like full body chills. But also it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense that he would do that, even though.
Right. Like it's expected.
Yeah.
And she's probably expecting that. And I think that's part of the addiction.
Yeah.
It's like constantly wanting validation and she's trying to prove to herself that she like has him constantly.
Yeah.
Knowing that she could lose him at any second, I think.
Yeah. She was just
like
happy to have him. Like, even if she's miserable,
completely
gonna die, she's like, he's mine.
Completely. Yeah.
By the way, I won't give spoilers for season 2 in this episode. I will say I've started watching it and I'm like, I just want more, and that's why I'm spreading it out. But I fucking love when Lucy is trying to like act like she's over it. Again,
I know.
So relatable.
So in denial.
Yeah.
I know.
But I thought you were really good at it. And she was
Thanks.
really good at it. I don't know who's good at you or Lucy, but
Jackson was saying, she's like, Lucy's a really good actor.
Lucy's so good.
Maybe that's season 3 present day. Lucy just starts auditioning.
Yeah, like breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
No, but so
Yeah.
like pretending that you don't care when you're dying inside.
Yeah, I thought that was really smart writing on Megan's part because
Yeah.
she has a summer and she's really trying to convince herself that she's okay. And I do think that she believes it. I really believe that she's going into her next year, into her sophomore year, being like, I got this. I'm okay. That was messed up. I was delusional last year. Let's go. I'm ready. And I'm just going to be a good friend. And I'm just going to like just get through it. And then instantly it's like, oh no, I'm not okay.
No, I'm
It's
not okay.
still-
He
I'm
has the
still-
effect.
Yeah. And you kind of see it just slowly fade. Like the wall slowly breaks down.
Yeah. Wait,
And
so
it's
let's
back
go
at
back.
it.
So you said you only got the pilot. You read it.
Oh, yeah.
You wanted to play it.
Really, really loved it. Met with Megan, the showrunner, and Kara Price, one of the producers, and just loved their vision for it and their experience that they had. It was so personal to everyone involved.
So it was a meeting. It wasn't like an audition.
It was a meeting first.
Oh, meeting first.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so we like spoke about it. And then I did a Zoom audition with Megan and the casting director and found out pretty shortly after.
That it was you?
Yes, it's never right away. It's like I'm waiting and like, is it gonna happen? It's like 6 months. I'm like, okay, it's gone.
Yeah.
But it was pretty quick. And which means I could not believe it.
Did you
could
have a
not
feeling
believe
like
it.
this was going to be big? Like, did you know at that point that it was like Hulu, that it was
I knew
big
that it was Hulu.
Yeah.
I knew Emma Roberts was producing
Yeah.
it. I knew it was a book. But no, I had no idea. I was just excited for the concept of it.
Did the sex scenes and stuff scare you a little bit?
There weren't any in the first episode.
Oh.
I'm like, this is tame. This is
Oh, you're like, oh, chill.
yeah, that was. I was
But they
like,
probably
oh.
prepared you. Like, you
Yeah,
probably,
they definitely were like, yeah, actor has to be okay with
Yeah.
this.
And you
Which
were.
the first season was so much more
Then the second season?
saucy.
Really?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like there's less sex.
I
in
know.
this.
I felt like a little bit like people were like, you should have warned us it was like porno, you know? My
is
friend,
soft porn.
I know you're like in the beginning of your hot relationship, but I have like a married friend that was like, my husband watched it with me and like, I can't have him watch with me because he gets too horny after. And like, then I have to have sex with him. Yeah, so
I've
not a show to watch with your husband if you don't want to have
no,
sex with him.
no. But I've had women. Jackson has had this too. Where
What?
they'll be like, "You saved my marriage,"
Oh.
and it is so uncomfortable. But
Okay,
also
so
like
it works the
hell
other
yeah.
way too, you guys.
No, if
you're
people, like,
down, then it's a sexy
we've had
show.
like 3 people be like, "This has helped us."
Wow.
Which I'm like, we're 19. We're 19.
I
in it.
know. I
But-
know.
That was interesting. That was an interesting comment we got a few times.
Wait, so when did you meet Jackson in the process? Like you do like
So,
a chemistry
I
thing.
did. So I had the part, and then it was about finding the Steven. So I did a bunch
Oh.
of chemistry reads, and I met Jackson on a Zoom doing the chemistry read, and it was like instantly like,
Vibes.
That's Steven. No, there weren't vibes in the beginning.
Oh.
There were on the Zoom. We were just talking about that. I was just like, I was like, this is a serious actor, and I'm like,
Oh, he came in seriously?
came in really.
Oh, he didn't have like a
serious.
cigarette behind his ear?
No.
Oh no, not that.
Because we were talking about him, like my first impression of him was wrong. I was wrong. But it was Zoom. It's like those things are so
Yes,
weird, and it's
yes.
so hard to connect, and it's so hard.
Wait,
so hard
why
to
was
act.
it Zoom? Was it COVID-y?
It was still COVID-y.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably like 2021.
Yeah, and nothing was in person.
But you still, even though no vibes like that, you still also felt
I was like, he's so talented.
Mm.
He's Steven.
uh-huh.
100%. And so then everyone loved him so much, and then I met him in real life doing a second chemistry read, and that's when I was like, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing. And then he didn't find out for months and months and months. until
Okay,
he got
because here's something wild that I just found out.
it. What?
Because first of all, Jackson was on my podcast after this first season aired.
He was
and
being coy about it.
Oh my god, so coy.
He's so coy.
I have a crush on her. Like
Yeah.
she's amazing. Nah, nah, nah. And now you guys, I mean, since then you've been open about your relationship. 'Cause
Yeah.
You posted photos. You went on red carpets.
Yes.
You did campaigns together.
Mhm.
But a fact that I feel like we just found out is you went on, I think it was GMA, and they were like, you found out in the shower. And then he threw you under the bus because he was like, yep, Grace came busting in the shower. And I feel like GMA wouldn't be like, wait, what?
I know they're not going to divulge. Yeah, they're not going to ask more questions about
they're
that.
They're going to be like, spill the tea.
All right.
But I was like, rewind, what? She walked in, so
we were like dating before he got the part.
Yeah.
Wow. We started like seeing each other, and we were like, this is probably the worst idea ever.
Or like amazing.
Yeah. We don't know. And it was months.
So were you hoping he would get it or not?
I think we didn't know. We were like, is it better if you do or better if you don't?
Right.
This is like, we have no idea.
Did you update Megan, the showrunner, that?
No. Megan found out a funny way too.
By a tongue? No, the tongue came later.
Oh, not the post.
Yeah.
No, everyone knew when we were filming the first season. But yeah, he was like, we did another chemistry read, and we had to pretend that we weren't dating, which was really funny.
You decided this.
We decided this.
Yeah.
We're like, because we didn't want to
mess anything up.
Influence anything. And so like we met. It was like, hey, Jackson was like, hey, how was your flight? And it was so funny, just trying to act casual in that chemistry read. And then he was like, hey, I still make fun of him for that. He's like, hey, how was your flight?
Yeah.
It's so obvious.
Yeah.
But we found out, I think he woke up and like got in the shower, and I was still in bed, and I got a text that he got approved.
Oh.
And I ran into the shower. I was like, you got the part.
Yeah.
And we freaked out. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
it was so funny. And then he called Meg because Megan really wanted to tell him. And
you ruined it for her.
I ruined it for her. And she called him, and she was like, you got the part? And he was like, I know. And she was like, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey. And she was like,
no,
you're
stop.
kidding me.
Oh
You're
my
kidding
God.
me."
That is classic.
But we just didn't want to scare anyone. I'd be like, that's probably so scary.
Did that
as producers or directors just being like, this is a ticking time. This could go.
Or they could be like, this
or
is
like,
amazing. Yeah. Because
Because
almost like, there are people, I actually haven't heard this about you guys, but there would be people being like, it's PR, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because so many times we do think that like the two love interests are to get, maybe they're dating, maybe they're not, and it always hypes it up. But I don't know if you know, but when Jackson was being coy and maybe you were like posting together a little bit, but not fully confirmed.
Not like overt. Yeah.
I would get thousands of messages a day being like, but are they together IRL? But are they together IRL? And it became a joke to this day that I can't post anything about Tell Me Lies or you both without people like, when you capitalize like different letters, it's kind of like, but are they together IRL? Like that's the joke
didn't
now.
Jackson not know what IRL meant? Didn't you have to like teach him what it meant?
No, then he said it. Wait,
me?
I saved this because I thought this was so cute. But I want to play you what Jackson said on my pod about you because it was so cute. And yeah, he was using IRL a little bit weirdly.
Yeah.
Like he was.
He like didn't quite know.
No, because after I said it a couple times, he started saying it.
But it was like unnatural.
Yeah. Like he was like, IRL. Oh, it was so cute though. Wait.
Aww.
Hold on, guys.
That was sweet.
I need to find it right now. I saved it. Here, guys, listen. GVP, fucking love those initials.
GVP, I'm sorry, but can we just talk about that for a second?
No, it's not fair. Even the initials are unfair.
I have such a crush on her.
You have so much chemistry on screen that it's legit uncomfortable.
And she's the fucking coolest, most grounded, amazing person, IRL, that you'll ever meet.
IRL.
That is so sweet.
Were you there?
That's so sweet. No.
Okay.
I was not there.
You were not there.
He was so nervous because we weren't being public about it. We were like, let's not.
Yeah. So that was a decision you made, and then
we were just like, if it happens naturally, like we're not gonna hide it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna like throw it out there.
And it's been now 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his mom is Katie Seagal, if you guys don't know, who's also in the show. Amazing.
So amazing. So amazing.
Do you get to act with her this season?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't get to.
Oh, damn.
I know. She was so good last season.
She was so good last
Poor Jackson,
season.
he's getting everything twisted. He's got his girlfriend. He's got his mom. He's like, Where are the lines?
It's like, where can I get away? And you guys even, I saw, had like an outing with her. So you like hang out with her.
Yeah.
She's so
They're
cute.
super close, and she's just the coolest. She's
And she
so
also,
cool.
by the way, went on a pod. I don't know if you know. And she spilled some tea
She
about.
did.
Yeah.
She like did a full expose.
I know.
We were
She did. She was like, their boyfriend and girlfriend. It was just so cute because it's typical mom.
I know.
And she was like,
it's so
yes,
funny.
she's his girlfriend now for 2 years.
And I think they are good for each other. I think so.
I mean, that's nice to hear,
No,
though.
it was really sweet. It was really sweet.
So, okay, you guys, back to Tell Me Lies. Season 1, we just did a rewatch, by the way.
did?
Yeah, I did a rewatch. I highly recommend it if you guys are listening right now. Highly. I don't usually do this, by the way.
I think that's smart. Because there's so much to keep track of.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that come back up that
Yeah.
are like explained.
Exactly.
So
And
it would be good to refresh.
would you
your
say
mem.
that season 2 divulges more about other couples and not just you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I actually love that about this season.
Yeah.
Almost a little more because I think it's going to give the audience more opportunity to connect with other people and
Mhm.
kind of know them a little bit more.
Yeah.
And they're all going through such separate journeys and dealing with such separate issues that I think it's just people are going to relate to more people
Yeah.
as opposed to just us. Which
Jackson
is fun.
said about you that you're really good about compartmentalizing your character. I think
That's-
it sounds like the opposite of method.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm just in denial. I think I'm telling myself I'm like putting it here, like show up, do it. But then after, I'm always a mess.
You're like
after
raising
everything.
your eyebrows
Yeah,
all of a sudden.
I'm
You're like,
fine. This isn't affecting me. And then after, I'm like,
really?
like I went through war.
Really?
And like can't. Yeah.
Why-
After the first season was weirdly hard.
Really?
Yeah, because I think I didn't understand. Like, it's what I've realized about acting recently that it's like.
Does affect
I'm saying
you.
the words, but like your body doesn't know you're acting. Like your body
Ah.
is still going through that pain that you're trying to push and feel and or, like I don't know. There's something that
No, that
body,
makes
the
total
mind is separate
sense.
from the body. I think. And
Wait, do you know why that makes total sense? Because you know when you have anxiety, have you ever had like anxiety?
Yes.
So like, that's like you're like, yeah.
Few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like a mind body thing, right? And sometimes you have to. They
Mhm.
tell you to breathe so you can lie to your body that you're okay, right?
Totally.
So that's
They're
so true
so
what you're
connected.
saying.
Yeah.
That like if you're acting like
Like
how
you're
Lucy is, like maybe your
totally.
body is like she's going through this right now.
Totally.
Damn.
I think so. But
So you
second
felt it.
season was better for me, I think, because I think first season I was still trying to figure out who Lucy was and what this relationship was and like finding it within myself and going dark places within myself to like bring those out. And second season it was more just about igniting that feeling that I've already kind of established and being like, all right, this is it. I don't have to dig as deep to
Yeah.
like expose those things. And
But were
But-
you ever in like a toxic relationship?
no, not as toxic as that.
Not
I mean, I've been young in relationships
Yeah.
and immature,
right.
but no, I haven't experienced anything like that, thank God. But I definitely have friends who have been in situations like that.
Are they coming to you now like,
completely.
oh my God, I'm Lucy?
None of my close friends, but random people.
Random people were like, I know, I did too. When I
Random
post about
people.
Tell Me Lies, I'll get crazy messages. I'm like, glad you're better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true. People like, yeah.
But like I said before, I think that it's finding those moments that we did all have, like giving up a lot for a
Yes.
guy, not getting the hint, believing a liar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
like
those
levels.
those sorts of things.
Totally.
But how was
totally.
it acting with Jackson when you were a couple and you had those moments where you hated him or really loved him?
I was so nervous about it. I was so nervous because he knows me better than anyone. And I was so afraid he was just going to know when I was acting. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to think I'm a bad act. He's going to know how I'm sad. And then I'm not going to be sad that way. And I was like so in my head that I was going to be self-conscious because he knew that I was acting. Honestly, with the whole cast, because we're all so close.
Oh, you are? You all hang out?
Yeah, we all hang out and we're all still hang out. But then I was so wrong. It was the complete opposite. We were
Yeah.
so vulnerable and we were able to be so vulnerable and because we felt so safe with each other.
Was
And
he nervous about it or just you?
No,
He wasn't,
he
huh?
wasn't nervous. He wasn't.
He wasn't. Did you practice at home? Did you role play Lucy and Steven at home?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. We're like, let's fight about this. Let's
Yeah.
fight. Let's fight. No, honestly, the fighting is great on camera. We had our first fight on camera. It's like couples therapy.
Yeah.
We get all the bad shit out on camera.
Like when you threw his phone.
Yeah. Great. Any
Yeah.
repressed feelings I just get out.
Right. No, but
on
his
camera.
like his I'm assuming, and also he was on the podcast, but like he's not Steven
No,
in real life.
literally
right?
opposite.
So he to you when he's doing Steven, that must
It's honestly a little freaky because I'm like, you're really good at that, Jackson.
yeah. Oh my God.
You're a little bit too good at
Yeah.
this character, and why is that? And we need to talk about
Why
this.
is that? Why is that?
He's like really good at playing that.
Yeah, like made for
really
it.
still, like he doesn't move as Steven.
Right, there are moments where you're like, he seems nice. Like also
Yeah,
like there are
that's
moments
what's
where
so great
yeah,
about it.
that's what's great. You're like, oh, you actually do have feelings and you do care, but you're also capable of all this other shit.
Totally.
But same with Lucy.
Same
like,
with Lucy.
yeah.
Yeah, there are like moments where you do understand them. That's why I loved episode 5 of the first season so much when they both go home for Christmas.
Yeah.
And you see Steven with his mom and Lucy
Yeah.
with his mom and be like, oh, no wonder these people are fucked up.
Your
They're
mom,
like,
Arizona from
look at
Grey's
that
Anatomy.
mom. Yes.
Did
She's
you
the
like-
best. Jessica
yeah.
Capshaw.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So good.
So fun.
Yeah.
So great. I know there's some iconic moms. we had.
Iconic moms in that show.
That was fun. But
Wait.
yeah, you gain empathy for them because you're like, it doesn't justify it, but you understand them a little
Yeah.
bit more. And I think after hating Steven and Lucy, honestly, for the first 4 episodes
Yeah.
and being like,
This
oh,
is
this is
why.
why he is that way. And
You know, it's another interesting thing that I only kind of realized in the rewatch is like as much as Steven and Lucy are a couple and, you know, and he broke up, he wasn't with Diana for a little bit. He won't let Lucy see the real him where he did let Diana see the real him. Like, why? You know what I mean?
You think he let Diana see the
well,
real
like
him?
the real him, like family life,
Oh, that's
not
true.
getting the job, like
is
being
true.
like, what should I do? Help me.
Yeah.
Where like with Lucy, he's like always in power. He's never like
Yeah.
a loser, you know?
I think this season,
oh, it'll
you
shift a
haven't-
little bit.
yeah.
oh,
I think
interesting.
not necessarily power dynamic. I mean, they both have these things on each other,
Yeah.
which I think is what makes it so powerful and toxic because like they know that they could each ruin each other's life. But the second season, it's a lot of realization that they have about why they're drawn to each other. And it's honestly the only weirdly beautiful part about them. Like, by no means are people going to think they should be together, but like, there's some aspect that they both see each other in this way, that they accept their faults and kind of realize, like, who else are they going to be with?
Yeah.
Like, who else would
is this
go
fucked
through
up?
this? And yeah, completely.
So we also have been talking a lot about the college thing, how it's so relatable. Like,
Yeah.
the show did it so well. Like, you feel like you're back in your dorm with the solo cups, with the bad vodka.
Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Ice.
That's Lucy's DOC. That's her. She is always
Like the bad
it's like-
jungle juice, like
Yeah,
everything. You
yeah.
guys like nailed it for real. Did you go to college?
I did not.
You did not.
No, this was my college experience.
So you're like, oh, this is what
Like,
this
this is
like.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so have you visited friends? Like,
Yes. Yes.
okay.
And it felt accurate.
Yeah.
To me,
It was
completely,
very-
especially like the frat houses that
The
they
frat
built,
houses,
and
yeah.
so good.
And where were you? Takes place like 2007, 2008.
2007, the first season, and
Right.
2008. Yeah,
Because like the fashion too.
I know, it's so good.
The low rise.
The low
Well, like you can
rise.
wear them, but like, oh my God. It's
They're-
traumatizing.
They're terrifying to me.
really?
Yeah, they're terrifying.
Like when you had to put them on, what was it like?
my first fitting, the first season, I was in shock. I was like, where? This is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. And then by the end of the first season,
You
it
loved
was like
it.
my whole wardrobe.
Stop.
I was like going to thrift shops, like low rise. I did not have a high waist in sight,
Stop.
and I was
And
obsessed.
the halters.
haltered tops.
But those are also like it is all coming
it's kind
back.
of all back.
Yeah.
which is so weird to me.
Is it?
It's really odd.
Yeah.
Like the whole Y2K coming back.
I mean,
it's just
it was
funny
the
because it wasn't
best.
that long. I guess it was long ago.
Yeah, it was.
It doesn't feel like long ago, but
those low rises.
the low rise.
It's the low rise.
And the Uggs.
Your Uggs, right. I noted that in the first. And the ballet flats are back, and she wears ballet flats all the time. With the skinny jeans and the ballet flats.
Yeah.
Wait, did you dye your hair blonde for Lucy? Because it was black for a minute after it wrapped.
Yes, I got rid of Lucy after the first
That's
season.
why you did it?
Yeah, I was like, get off me.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I honestly love changing my hair after every role because I think it's the knowing that I can. Like for so long, you're like, you have to have this hair color. You have to look this way. You have to be this.
Yeah.
So by the end of it, I'm like, I want piercing. I want bangs. I want, I love changing it up.
You went like jet black.
I went jet black. Yeah.
And like, was it bangs too or no?
I think at some point I cut bangs.
Yeah.
Not ever like. But.
Yeah. And then you had to go back to your Lucy look.
Yes. Yeah.
So we were talking about like press wise. So press wise for season 1, you didn't do much because it was like the first.
I did. Yeah. Definitely not stuff like that, like podcasts. And
yeah.
I think I was afraid of exposing too much.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it was like, we didn't know. I didn't ever want to be. I never wanted to like lie on. It just felt weird. I'm like, my mother gonna
you'll
go on this and tell the truth,
yeah, right.
Or like wait,
right.
And, but we did like some fun shoots together.
You did,
really
so
fun.
you did shoots together, and then you started doing a lot of cool like red carpets too. Do you get nervous in those, like doing stuff like that?
I get way more nervous. Doing like live.
Oh, talking.
Oh
yeah. You're like, I can look hot. That's fine.
I can,
like take pictures
well,
of me.
Like,
I'm
that
down.
last 2 seconds, and I black out. I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
But speaking, it's like it's terrifying.
Well, you're amazing at speaking, and you don't seem nervous at all.
I get so
what, like hives like Lucy?
Nervous. No, actually, I do get really red.
Oh, you do?
I get so red. But honestly, this round of press has been so nice because I've been doing so much with Jackson.
Yeah.
Which is like,
it gives you like some security. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so
where he can answer if you don't.
We can,
and
switch off.
Oh, that's fun.
Come in and save each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been nice.
That is so nice to do it with somebody that you're close with.
Yeah. It's so great. It's so much better.
Are you guys realizing this time around like how big the show is?
I think honestly, yesterday, we started to be like, whoa.
Yeah.
We were just walking around the street.
Oh, and being recognized a lot?
Yeah. And like, it's not like the fans of the show they're like visceral about it. It's like, it feels like we're on a reality show or something.
Right.
And they're like.
Because I'm telling you, it's personal. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe that's why.
I think it's personal. It's like you're in it. It's not just like a show, like a story that you're watching totally from the outside. And here you're like, you're there because of the multitude of stuff. Like the college where I got messages being like, we went to school at the same time as them. And I'm like, oh my God, I did. I was in college in those years. And that's why it's so, and I got married in 2015 and that's when they got married, right? Or they're engaged, like, Bree and Evan, which by the way, that's another, like, if you don't rewatch season 1, and will spoil season 1, you'll forget that Lucy had sex with Evan. Like, that's just like a, by the way, kind of thing.
I know. And that's like just in the last episode.
And that's just
such a quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys are going to die. Episode 1 of season 2, the plot twists are insane.
Oh
like,
my God.
You'll never be able to expect it.
I know.
Ever.
Yeah, there are some shocking things.
Shocking things happen.
So fun.
Let's go back because you grew up in New York.
I did.
Did
you?
Yeah. So I went
cool.
you went to LaGuardia, I saw. I went to Beacon. I don't know if Beacon was there when
we're
you
neighbors.
Right. Beacon moved since.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, we were like LaGuardia and Beacon kids hung out
I know,
all the time.
I know. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you're younger. You're 27 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like not 9 years older than you. But LaGuardia, that's cool.
We just missed each other.
We just missed by 9 years.
We just missed each other. Shit, we just missed each other.
We just missed each other. But LaGuardia is a performing arts school.
Yes.
So you went for acting?
I went for acting it's just high school. So just 4 years. And it was intense. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going to a normal high school after that. I remember thinking that when I was there, like just doing math and science. And
Wait, so where did you grow
English?
up, on the Upper West Side, or?
No, I grew up in Tribeca.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
subwayed
it was
every
just
day.
the one train
Yeah.
uptown, couple stops.
Yeah.
Not that bad. And then moved to Brooklyn. My family moved to Brooklyn when I was 16.
Oh,
And they're still
cool.
there.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Are you now in LA mostly?
I did. Traitor.
Such a traitor.
I know. I
Why?
still feel like it.
But
I'm
why?
really happy, but I still feel guilty.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
But when you come back to New York, aren't you like, it's cooler
I
here?
love it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's like,
Well, you were saying,
My
sorry, you
favorite
were saying you
city.
were walking around last night and people, it was crazy.
yeah, it was just, it happens in New York more. And I feel like because New Yorkers maybe are just more upfront. Whereas in LA, they're just like, hiding that they're taking photos
But like in
of
LA,
you, or
also like.
or like Dumoising it instead. In New York, they're like, holy shit, I love your show.
Wait,
And you're like,
speaking of
"Thanks."
Dumois,
Yeah.
so like a thing came out on Dumois. You, Jackson, and Adam Sandler were hanging out.
Yes. I've
What-
been texted that so much.
What?
We ran into him. He played my dad in a movie called The Meyerowitz Stories.
The Meyerowitz Stories.
And he's just he's the best person ever. And we were staying at the same hotel.
Stop.
And we ran into each other and just hung out on the sidewalk.
Did you see people taking photos?
I did not see that.
You didn't notice.
People, when we said bye to him, I mean, he got like swarmed.
Oh.
But before
So you introduced him to Jackson.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that
it
was
very
exciting.
exciting.
Adam Sandler is so cool.
He's the best.
So wait, when did you do the Meyerowitz?
I did that? I think it was 18.
Wow. So right out of
18.
high school.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
And
a year out
you
of high
played
school.
like a sexual character there too, no?
It was.
Just
Clearly,
sexing it up everywhere.
Yeah, Tommy was like, she'll do it. She'll do it.
She'll do it.
She'll take it off.
Yeah.
That actually I didn't know. I was like, because Noah Baumbach directed it.
That, first of all, that's a very cool director
So
to work
he's
with.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's a genius. And I got the part. It was so confidential. Like even when I was auditioning for it, I didn't get to read the script. I just got the sides that I auditioned with. And then after I got it, I then got the script. And I think my mom was printing it out for me. And she was like, page 30? And I'm like, what? She's like, maybe you should read this. And then I read it. And I honestly loved it. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
And like, it didn't bother me at all. It was about this like young girl who is from New York and went to college at Bard, who so many people I knew went to Bard and like know that type. Like going for film, doing this experimental weird film, and like that was that character.
Yeah.
She goes and she starts making these weird, like slightly pornographic, artsy films.
Do you think that's like part of the reason that you got the audition for Tell Me Lies? Megan was like,
she's
it's her.
open to it.
No,
She'll take her
no,
tits
that
out.
that you have that side of you that's like
Maybe, but that
that
was
has
so
that,
not
like-
sexual to me.
Oh, it
that
wasn't?
part. It was like funny and silly, and like the movie that she made in the movie was like called Pagina Man, and it was like her they were
okay.
really silly.
Oh, it's silly.
They weren't like sexy, which is why I liked it. It's like
I see.
it was
Because
just,
it is like I'm a very like when I watch sex scenes or kissing scenes on like TV or even reality TV, like
yeah.
I want it to be hot. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna believe it if it's like you're if it's kissing with no chemistry, it could really piss me off.
Yeah.
And you and Jackson, like your chemistry is insane.
Mm.
And Lucy comes in, kind of never had an orgasm, hasn't, right?
Like totally sexually awakened. Yeah.
So that's like another part that's probably
the reason why she's so
in love.
attached.
Yes, he did it for her.
I think it was like the first of everything for her.
Yeah.
Lucy was so bottled up and so repressed.
Yeah.
And I think like spent years just building up this wall, this like front. And she meets Steven, he just like chips away at it. Like
And
piece
also
by piece.
you have some lines the first season that again are relatable and I feel like a lot of girls can identify with. Like you're talking about him and you sound kind of like obsessive and really into him.
Yeah.
But then you're like, no, I think I hate him.
Yeah.
You're like, that's it. I think I hate him. Because there's such a fine line
totally
between the love and the hate.
Yeah, like being off put, but being intrigued.
Yeah.
But being like, ew, but then being like hot. And
Yeah.
I think it's completely convoluted.
Yeah.
Which is like that confusion enhances
Right.
that. It's like so confused by this person. Who is he? Like,
Yeah.
The mystery is kind of like,
Right.
I don't know, enticing.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's just so freaking good. Okay, and your mom, you said, print out the pages for you. Is she in the industry as well?
She's not. No, my dad is. She was a model and then now works in her family business, which is Harley Davidson motorcycles.
Stop.
She's a biker chick.
That's so cool.
She's awesome. She's
so
the
your dad
best.
is a director.
Mhm.
Your aunt is, cousin is an actress. Cousin is an actress. No?
Cousin? Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Like my whole dad's side is
everybody's in the
everyone
industry. So did
is-
you grow up around it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Totally.
In New York?
Was not much, because my dad's the only one in New York. He grew up in New York from there, and he has a sister here, but most of his family's in LA,
Yeah.
and they're all actors.
Wow.
And so I totally grew up around actors and visiting my dad on set, and it was always something that was so fascinating to me and so exciting to me. But I still never saw it as a career.
You didn't
Until I started working. Like, I was like, this is fun.
You knew you
fun
wanted
to
to
me.
do it though, even if it was just for fun?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew I loved it. I always wanted to do the school plays, and I wanted to go to LaGuardia.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, I want to be an actress.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, but I think it was just because I didn't see it. Maybe because I had maybe more of an insight into the business of like, it's really hard.
It's hard, yeah.
It's
I love
really
reminding
hard.
listeners of it because it is.
Yeah.
That's why I like knowing a little bit about the behind the scenes because it looks so glam, because we end up seeing
Totally.
you getting famous and being on carpets and styling and but like the day to day is like how many hours did you shoot a day?
Oh my, sometimes like 15, 16.
Insane.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And even just then you're busy doing a show, and then it's silence, and it's like it's so unpredictable, and there's no way to have
the industry. Yeah. You've done a bunch of stuff before Tell Me Lies, but did you feel like this was your kind of big break?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so. It was like the biggest role I've had.
Yeah, the
in
role.
a big show. It was my
Yeah.
first and it was really exciting to me.
Yeah.
It still is.
It still
really
is.
exciting. Yeah.
I was, by the way, you guys, I was supposed to come visit you guys on set
You were?
for season 2. I was pregnant. I was very pregnant. And I was like, I need to be like smoking cigs with them and not like come with my like 8-month belly. Like, it's just not the vibe.
So did you just have a baby?
I just had a baby. Yeah. Thank you.
Congrats.
I
Is it
just
boy
had
or
a
girl?
baby, a boy. But I was like picturing myself there in this like college set
Oh, we
environment.
would have had the best time.
I know, but it's like, I'm like, Megan, do a season 3
and come.
so I can come
season
not
3.
pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yes, done.
That's my-
smart.
You know what I mean?
Smart.
Like you just see, I saw the behind the scenes. You guys get featured a lot in what's that account called? Sigfluencers.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're viral and
Yeah, you're viral on. I love that account, by the way. You're viral on Sigfluencers. And I was like, I need to like
rip some
There's
darts.
something I've posted about this being pregnant before, but like you
Mhm.
just feel a little uncool when you're pregnant. It's such a cool
Really?
thing bringing a baby into this world. Don't get
Mhm.
me wrong, but not like the Tell Me Lies cool vibes, you know? Like I wanted to live
the
it.
trick is, I mean, the joke is
Yeah.
that the trick is we're not cool. Like we literally have like game nights and
Stop.
and like go to escape rooms and
Stop.
play Catan. Like
All of
we
you.
do, all of us. We like
Wow.
we'll have we'll like get onesies and watch Anaconda or something. Like we're really weird, which is the best.
Which is the
It's
best.
like everyone there's no ego, and like everyone is just so
That's so
great
fun.
and talented and down to earth, and they're just it's the best group of people.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's so fun.
But okay, so you did before you graduated high school. You
Mhm.
were already in things at like 8 years old. You did an episode of The Sopranos.
That is true. That is true.
Sopranos and Boardwalk
Boardwalk
Empire.
And I did an episode of Law and Order SVU, which was like my dream.
Were you a
Honestly, still my
corpsey?
proudest. No,
Oh.
I was 16. I was sexting the mayor. It was like an episode
telling
based on the
you,
Anthony Weiner.
Grace, you're
scandal.
literally.
Oh my God, that's true. I've
Look at
set
you.
myself up.
You're like, I'm being pigeonholed into this sex goddess, you
I'm
guys.
choosing. I'm creating this. I'm creating my own
You're
reality.
sexing the mayor.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was like a klepto and I'm like,
I think it's in the eyes.
really?
You have like very sexy eyes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah. And sometimes
really
like when you're
nice.
like in the zone, Lucy. I know. You're like, don't. I know.
It's
I
so
didn't
silly.
understand. It's weird for you to think about
It's
it.
so silly.
But like when you're
it's
like,
so silly doing it with Jackson too.
Yeah.
Like you'd think it'd be sexy, but it's the most unsexy. Honestly, it's like shooting those sex scenes are the most choreographed,
yeah.
most like technical.
Are you ever around?
Everyone's around.
Oh, but
like
not the other cast.
No.
Yeah.
But like there's a million people in a little dorm room and you're like, it's weird.
It's weird.
It's
so
so
I
weird.
can't get out of my head again the fashion because I'm thinking of those low rise one time you wore. Not only were they low rise, but they were laced.
Oh, I know what you're
The
talking about.
laced
The
low
lace
rise.
up at the fair. When
yes, when you were fucked up at that fair. Trying to
that was
show
so
Diana.
fun.
Yeah.
I was like, I wish I could do this in real life.
Yeah, just like do
Like I wish I had the balls to do something like that.
Yeah, you're like living out a lot of girls' fantasies.
Yeah.
Just like having something on someone that can destroy their lives. A lot of girls would want that. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
But oh my God. Okay, you guys.
Lucy's like acting on all of it. Yeah. Very impulsive.
And you have other exciting news coming up. Not only Tell Me Lies season 2, which is now out. There should be 2 episodes out, another one dropping. By the way, how do you feel about when shows come out not bingeable? Like that they're spread out. Are you more of a bingey girl? Or do you like when they're spread out? Because I'm sure there are going to be people mad. They're going to be like, I want it all now.
I know. It's like there's 2 people in the world.
There's 2 people.
I fall somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I will, if a show is already all out, I'd love to binge it.
Right.
But if it's like, I was just watching Presumed Innocent.
Oh, I just started too.
And it was weekly. And I was so into, like, we were so into,
because
like,
you get that
Sunday
thing,
night, let's go, or whatever night it was.
And you get that thing where you're waiting for something and it's fun.
I'm
into it. You have a plan.
Because I never have plans when I'm not working.
You don't?
I love being like, this time, this place, we're
You're
doing
like,
something.
I can't come on Wednesday. My show is on.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And you got a new big role coming up, playing Amanda Knox.
Yes.
Hair is going to go dark again for that.
Hair is going to go short.
And dark.
Yeah.
I'm
really excited.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, it's crazy because I
followed that story.
Yeah, I followed that story and watched the documentary. And I remember like I had just started really acting and it was like 2015, I think the documentary had come out. And I remember calling my agents at the time being like, this story's crazy. Is there any movie being made about her?
Stop.
Or like, do people have the right? Like, does she want to do a movie? And like inquiring about that because I was like, this would be my dream part.
Stop.
And then them being like, I don't think so. I don't think she's open to. I don't really remember what they said. So that's why when it came around, I was like,
you manifested it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I honestly still can't believe it. I really can't.
That's insane.
Terrified.
Did you start production yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
We start in a little bit, a month or something.
Grace, that's so cool.
Thanks.
Like, again, this is a story because when did this happen? When we were
2008, I think.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
So like I remember following this story and it being again so freaky because it's like your roommate and it's again something so can hit so close to home. And I've watched like again, like you, every documentary about it.
Yes.
It's gonna be wild watching you play this.
I
and
know.
So exciting.
I'm really excited.
And you have
really
it in
excited.
you. We know you have it in you.
Yeah.
Right? You guys,
I'll see.
Grace Van Patten, GVP. Go watch Tell Me Lies. Not that I have to tell you twice. You're all freaking obsessed. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Can't wait to see you on set for season 3.
Oh my God.